I remember when I was growing up, like a proper teenager, I would always tell myself, I'm just going to pick the easiest route, right? Whatever's easiest. I'm not going to do anything that's hard, and I'm not going to do anything that requires effort because I just want the easiest path. But now, the funny thing about that is, now that I'm older, it's kind of becoming the polar opposite. I'm realizing that a lot of people also have that mentality of just liking the easiest route, and being able to do the hard route is actually way more beneficial nowadays more than ever because people don't want to put in that work. So just by the sheer idea of being able to put in work that other people can't, you've just slashed your competition in half tremendously, right? You now have like an advantage over everyone else simply because you're willing to put the work in. Like, you haven't even done anything yet. All you've done is had the mentality of being able to do harder work, and you've already slashed like the majority of your competition because, you are competing at the end of the day, right? So when I think back to that now of just picking whatever the easiest route is, I say, well, fuck that. I want whatever's harder, because the harder the something is, the less people that are going to be able to complete it. And for some reason, I'm able to just grind this stuff out. So if I have the ability to do something that other people can't, why would I want that to be easier? Because the easier something is, the lower the skill ceiling, and therefore the lower the barrier to entry is, right? Which basically just means that everybody else is going to try it. So, which ironically means that the easier it is, the lower your success rate, because there's going to be more people competing with you in that area, right? What I'm trying to get at here is that adopting a mentality of wanting to do hard things because you know that it's going to be like incredibly beneficial to you in the future, that mentality is just so much more important in the modern day, where we have so much distractions, we have so much easy dopamine. Because don't get me wrong, right? I'm trying to adopt this as much as I can, but hell, I'm still addicted to the easy shit too, right? Like, I want nothing more than to just like fucking binge out a video game and just shut my brain off and, like, I don't know, get high or go out and get drunk with friends or something. That life, every now and again, it still definitely appeals to me, especially when like things get a bit overwhelming or boring or tedious. You think, oh man, I just want to escape this for a few days, right? But that's the exact point where once it happens to you, you don't need to feel guilty about it, because you know it's happening to other people, and most people are going to feel that feeling, and they're going to sack it off. They're going to relapse. They're going to go, oh, fuck this, man. This isn't fun anymore. My motivation's worn off. I want to go out and I want to play games or something. So every time that happens to you, you know it's happening to others as well. But just having that discipline to just push through something like that, that's where the rewards are, right? You just have to keep digging in, and you just have to keep like doubling down. As long as you're doubling down on the right thing, that is, anyway, you know that you're going to come out the other side way more productive and with way more to show for it than the average person. So I'm trying to realize now, or I am realizing actually, that just being able to just grind out these boring tasks, one thing you learn, things aren't really hard, right? They're basically just a combination of small repetitive tasks that become very tedious, and once the motivation's gone and all that, you're going to need something else to rely on. And the only common denominator in all of that is your mental, is your mindset on things, right? So if you can develop your mindset into just genuinely wanting to do these boring repetitive tasks, even if it's not permanent, yeah, there's going to be days where you don't want to do it, right? But it's not going to be every day. And most days, if you do develop it correctly, you are just going to be able to power through things. Like, I've been going to the gym. This is the longest I have ever managed to lock in on the gym in my entire life. We're like around day 80 now or something. I don't really know the exact day. But yeah, I've been grinding out gym. I've had like 1 week below 5 visits since like January 13th or something. Just 1 week. And immediately that was because I went out and I got drunk and kind of fucked the whole routine up. But hey, we all get one, right? We all get one. And what I'm realizing is that can literally be applied to anything in life. It doesn't just have to be the gym. Basically, any skill that you try to develop for the long run, you're going to face this exact same situation, right? You're going to face the days where like it just feels a bit tedious, feels a bit repetitive. It doesn't matter if it's language learning. It doesn't matter if it's a productive habit like meditating, if it's a high value skill like video editing or content production. You're going to face these feelings of, not wanting to do it anymore, and then just wanting to relapse into pleasurable habits. But like I said, that's where everyone faces it. That's where most people get off the horse, and that's the moment you need to lock in even harder and just continue to push through. And I don't see how it could be a detriment to anyone as long as you're investing your energy into the right place. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about lately, and I think in the future I'm going to be very glad that I decided to invest time into developing a skill or a mindset like this. I think it's definitely going to pay off, personally. But hey, it's been your boy, Big Old Jimbo, just here for a quick tip of the day, just something I've been thinking about lately, you know. And I think everybody should really try to develop this type of mentality of just, you know, wanting to lock in, finding something you want to lock in on, and just locking in hard, and then pushing through any resistance that you see. I think as long as you're doing it with something productive and something important or something high value, I don't see how that could ever be a bad thing ever. Like, try not to channel it into video games like I did for my whole 20s, channel it into something real. And bro, I think success is just around the corner. So yeah, it's been your boy, Big Old Jimbo, and I will see you in the next. Peace.